Do this. Welcome back to 101 Sports Webcast. I'm here with Mr. Chris Edwards and Mr. Conrad Preet to discuss a little association basketball. Now guys, naturally it happens every year. A top team is up and then they come down. So, my question to you guys is, who's going to be that top team? Chris?
It's definitely going to be the Knicks. They're not going to be the number two seed this year. They're going to fall significantly. Just look at these numbers. 26 in rebounds last year, 30th in assists last year, and they were the most dependent three-point team. They set an NBA record with 37.6%. So what does that tell me? All they're going to do is live and die by a three. And I'll take you somewhere, but it won't take you all the way. And offensive-wise, it's either give the ball to Melo or give the ball to JR. They ain't going to take you so far. And then their bench is just terrible. Ooh, I got Meta World Peace and Prigioni. I don't even heard the guy. It sounds like
a pizza.
I know, it sounds like pasta. I mean, come on. I mean, and then you have what's his name? Barinari. That is not a good replacement for Copeland and Novak, who were deadly beyond the arc. I'm saying
agree.
fifth seed.
Yep, Knicks definitely are going to disappoint this season, I think, but I went with the Golden State Warriors. Listen, ESPN's summer forecast predicted this team 50 wins. This is not a 50-win team. This is not a 50-win team.
Okay.
They're too reliant on the health of Stephen Curry and Andrew Bogut. Stephen Curry has had ankle problems, as we know. He essentially doesn't have ankles anymore. So if he gets injured, it's going to be Andre Iguodala taking that role. Last year, he had a 15.1 PER, which was one of the lowest of his career. 17.1% turnover ratio, another one, lowest of his career. He is not going to be able to have that facilitator role that Steph Curry has. Then we go to Andrew Bogut. If he is one of the top defensive players on that team, if he gets injured, they're going to rely on Kent Bazemore. Kent Bazemore is going to start for them. Listen, I don't care what you say about Kent Bazemore. He plays great in the summer league. I could play great in the summer league if I was Kent Bazemore.
Absolutely.
I could succeed in the summer league. But he cannot succeed in the big level. He cannot succeed in the big time, and he's not going to. The Warriors last year had a 0.9 point differential, which is the profile of a 500 team. This is a 500 team. They will not get as lucky and win as many games as they did last year. They will fail.
Tell me how you really feel. Jeez.
Sorry.
Cutting deep on the Warriors there.
Harsh.
Hate 'em.
But anyway, so if a team goes up and the team comes down, somebody has to go up and fill their place. So, who's going to be the team to go up this year the most?
Now, I might surprise people. I'm going with the New Orleans Hornets. Scratch that. Pelicans.
The Pelicans.
While their name might not insinuate it, this team is tough. They have a solid core group. They have Eric Gordon, Tyreek Evans, Anthony Davis, Ryan Anderson, Al-Farouq Aminu, and Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday finally has a team where he doesn't have to put the team on his back. He's got a team around. I'm sorry about your Sixers. But he's finally got a team where he can pass other people and know that they are going to score. They're one of the most versatile teams in the league. Anthony Davis can play multiple positions. Gordon and Evans can play multiple positions. And you got Anderson, who's one of the best stretch fours in the league. Now, going off that, this team went 7-1 in the preseason, which I know it's preseason, but that bodes well. Preseason does matter.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
14 of the last 17 teams that had fewer than 2 games lost, they went on and made the playoffs.
Yeah,
the Pelicans will get that playoff beat.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Pelicans are definitely going to surprise people. Just that name, I can't get that name around me. But another team I'm going to go with Houston, going from the bottom of the playoffs last year. They're the 8th seed.
Oh, great, solid pick.
Yeah, I mean, they are muchly improved with that big acquisition, Dwight Howard. Look, they're already second in points, 7 rebounds, 6 in assists. Problem was defense, 28th in points allowed. You bring in Howard. Yes, I know. Howard is a drama queen. He's not really right in the head, but you cannot deny when he is healthy, he is a defensive force. He is an offensive force. He can grab rebounds like no one tomorrow. So that's definitely going to help him out. They have a good supporting cast. Like you have Aaron Brooks, Ronnie Brewer, great defensive person. You have Terrence Jones, Army Cassie, Reggie Williams, Marcus Camby. And let's not forget, you still have Omar Seek. Taking just the starting 5. Lynn, Harden, Parsons, possibly Asik and Dwight Howard. That bodes well. I'm thinking they're going to be like the fifth seed. They're going to go deep. Chemistry is going to be the only issue, though. It's going to be like Miami Heat when they first came.
All right, guys. I like the picks. They were pretty good. I had some good arguments for both. But we're going to do what everyone always seems to do whenever they talk about basketball, because now they're equivalent. We're going to talk about the Miami Heat a little bit. But I want to know who you guys think can unseat them. Chris, we'll start with you.
I'm going to go with Chicago. They won 45 games last year, only 4.5 behind the Pacers. And this is all without Derrick Rose. With Derrick Rose coming back, I think what they're going to get a scorer. They're going to get the playmaker. I mean, like, they were very competitive with Miami last year, and that's what they lacked. That scored, that competitor. They're going 8-0 they went 8-0 in preseason right now. Rose shot 47% overall this preseason. Look like he hasn't dropped a beat. You have a great, you have Joakim Noah, you have Carlos Boozer, great defensive players, great defensive team. They can shut down Miami if they wanted to.
Now, I like that pick. I'm going to go with the Indiana Pacers. They took the Heat to 7 games last year, and it was a Ray Allen 3 that kept them from going to the championship game.
Yeah,
now they have Danny Granger coming back, who was an all-star when he was in his form. Having him come back is great. Having the emergence of Paul George is great, a guy that can guard LeBron. This team can equal what the Heat are doing. The Heat come with something, the Pacers can contradict that and bring something else back. My pick is the Pacers. They're going to beat the Heat if anyone's going to beat the Heat.
I respect the Pacers pick. I mean, they took them to 7 games last year. The only thing I'm worried about is we haven't seen Danny Granger like mesh with Paul George. That's the only concern. Like, it's kind of like the situation in Miami. Like, who's going to get like most of the possessions? Will it be Danny Granger? Will it be Paul George? Like with Miami, like you have LeBron, you have D Wade, you have Chris Bosh. That's the only concern I have with the Pacers. And quite frankly, I think Chicago's a better defensive team, and that is literally defense wins championships. And literally, Chicago's like team is just all surrounded by that. So that's why I'm going with Chicago. But I respect your pick, though. That's a good pick.
So solid picks. Both of your teams can these, so we won't even get a chance for a Western team to upset them. I kind of like that.
Nah.
That's all the time we have for this block. But coming up next, Matt Krause sits down with our hockey experts to talk a little NHL. Stay tuned.